All right. Good day, yogis. This is Stephen Cheng coming to you live from Simha Yoga Lab in Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the full streaming schedule as well as my payment information for Venmo and for PayPal. Venmo is my preferred way of payment, and my handle is Simha Yoga Lab, and the four-digit ID code is 8096 if you're prompted for verification. Classes are $10, and if you're having a difficult time right now, $5 is fine. Please do the best you can. I'm streaming on Instagram and on Facebook, and the videos are then uploaded to my YouTube channel, Simha Yoga Lab. So visit any of those platforms for classes 24/7. If you're interested in coming to in-studio classes, please make sure to go back to the website, look for the section with the pink lettering, and that has the instructions on how to pre-register for class. You need to download the waiver and then e-sign the waiver attaching to the email you're sending in for pre-registration. So make sure you do that for liability as well as contact tracing. Today's class is basics. It is a level 1. If you're working with any kind of injuries, limitations, or special conditions, make sure you always check in and modify as you need or skip poses altogether. Go ahead and sit up on a block if your lower back and your hips are tight in particular. Sitting up tall, palms face up. With eyes closed, fingers in Jnana Mudra, thumb and index fingers touching. Start to connect to the breath and let your inhales even out with your exhales. Three arms together, inhale. Keeping the eyes closed, hands together in prayer in front of the heart. Pressing the thumbs into your heart, heart back into the thumbs. Lifting the heart up towards the sky. Setting your intention for yoga practice. Devoting your practice to someone or something, or to yourself, your supreme self that lives within your heart. Chanting the mantra for purification. Purifying the space in which you practice yoga. Call our response. Om Pavitraha, Om Pavitraha, Pavitrawa, Pavitrawa, Sarva Vushtan, Sarva Vushtan, Gatopiwa, Gatopiwa, Yaha Smarit, Yaha Smarit, Vudrikaksham, Vudrikaksham, Sabahya, Sabahya, Pishyandraha, Pishyandraha, Suchihi, Suchihi. Starting to open the eyes, let the palms face up, fingers come back to Jnana Mudra. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, right ear to the right shoulder, right hand to the left side. And take the chin toward the right shoulder. Release back to center. Drop the right hand. Left ear to the left shoulder. Left hand to the right side. And the chin toward the left shoulder. Release back to center. Drop left hand. Chin toward the chest. Make circles with the head in one direction. Ear to one side. Roll it back. Opposite side. Roll it center. A few more rounds at your own pace. Take the chin back to center and pause. And then taking the opposite direction. And come back to center again. Lift the chin parallel to the floor and neutral spine, coming off your blocks. And extend the legs forward, separating your feet. Hands supporting to either side, and turn your toes toward each other. And then roll out. Draw in, roll out, draw in. Take outer rotation, circling. Take it back to center, switch them around. And come back to center again. Cross your shins, opposite shin on top. Raise the arms up high. Twist to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to your left. How's your twisting, Alexa? Okay. And then let me know how it goes with the side bending. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Right hand to the floor, left arm overhead. Take it back to center, other side. How does that feel? Okay? All right. Take it back to center. Extend the legs forward. And let's flex your feet and bend your knees today. With the knees bent. Keep the lengthiness of the spine and gently start to reach forward, leaning forward and grabbing your feet, your ankles or shins, whatever you can hold on to nice and solid. And keep lengthiness to the spine and gently inch your way forward and hinging at the hips for the lower back stretch. Now, once you get to a certain point and you can go a little bit more, you can extend a little bit the legs a little bit more. And then to the point where, if you have full extension of your legs and can manage to come forward with a straighter spine, go ahead and work on that. And that is okay too? Okay. Okay. Good. I just want to make sure I know where you're sensitive so that I can work with that. All right, come back up. Let's take the soles of feet together, knees apart, Baddha Konasana. And take some gentle butterflies and just moving your knees up and down a little bit. Bring some openness into your hips. All right, let's come back to stillness. Take the left hand to the floor and the right hand to the inner right thigh. And gently press your right thigh away for openness. Take it back to center. Switch sides. Right hand down, left hand to the inner left thigh. Gently press your left thigh away. Release. Take it back to center. Grab the ankles. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, start to take it forward. And if you want to press your elbows to your inner thighs to bring more openness into your hips, you can do that. Now, Vincent, if you take your feet a little bit further forward so the knees can come down a little bit more, would that make you more comfortable to fold forward? And because when it was really far in, it felt like it was too compressed. Yeah. So if you took this forward a little bit, giving yourself a little more space, that feel better to come forward? Yeah, good. All right, take it back up. Keep the left heel drawn in. Reach your right heel back, creating a letter S with your leg. All right. And then start to walk your hands over to left side, supporting with your fingers or your palms to the floor, your choice. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, start to twist. And then also bow forward about halfway. So go easy here. Stopping at the halfway point. Inhale again, re-lengthen. Exhale, twist deeper, bow forward a little bit more, and just keep working at your own pace to take it to a forward fold and a twist combined. Begin to take it back up to center. Keep the legs as they are, and then counter twist to the right. Draw back to center and extend the right leg forward. And left heel stays drawn in. Rotate to the left, frame your hands to either side of the left leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, start to take it forward. Now keep your left hand down and walk your right hand forward. So using your right hand reaching forward to give you a different point of stabilization. And as you keep tractioning your right hand forward, you're stretching your right arm, right shoulder, and the stretch going from your right shoulder across your shoulder blade and then to the lower back on the left side. So it's a contralateral stretch here. So from the right fingertips all the way to the outer left hip. Begin to walk it back to center. And then let's gently counter twist to the right. Come back to center again with your right hand. Press to the inner right leg. With that support, raise your left arm up and overhead and start to slide over to the right. So first, start a little bit more easy, right? So as you adjust to the balance here and the resistance of the right hand to the inner right foot, if you have more range, you can just keep sliding your hand further and further out to get deeper into your left side stretch. Vinny, draw the weight onto the right leg, so you're leaning over to the right side. There you go. Good. And start to take it back up. And then release. Draw the legs forward. Separate your feet a little bit wider, about max width this time. Take the arms up. Actually, let's start with the knees bent. Let's start there. Feet are flexed, knees are bent. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, keep that lengthiness of the spine. Reach forward, grabbing the inner feet or inner heels. Keep a neutral spine on the exhale. Gently start to make the way forward in this forward fold. Now, once you get adjusted and you feel like you can get a little bit longer with the legs to better fully extend, go ahead and start to work with a little bit more extension of the legs. All right, begin to take it back up. Bend your right knee, draw the right heel in, left heel back. So this time it's a reverse letter S. Walk your hands over to the right side. So you're supporting on your fingertips or on your palms. Inhale here. Exhale. Start to twist and bow forward about halfway. Stopping at the halfway point. Inhale again. Exhale. Twist a little bit deeper and bow forward a little bit more. You still okay with all of that? Yeah? And gently make your way back up. Keep the legs as they are and counter twist to your left. And come back to center again with your left leg. Extend it out to left side, and you can draw the right heel in a little bit. So you can actually take the legs in a slightly wider angle. That might give you better support. Okay? So frame your right leg with hands to either side of the right leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Start to lean forward with a straight spine. So keep that neutral spine. Keep the right hand to the floor. Extend the left arm out. And then gently crawl the left fingertips forward. Tractioning your left arm. So the stretch will now go from your left fingertips all the way up the arm, across the shoulder blade on the left side, and across the spine to the lower back on the right side through the outer right hip. So the contralateral stretch. Start to walk it back in. Keep the legs as they are. Gently counter twist to your left. Take it back to center. Press your left arm to your inner left leg. Raise your right arm up and overhead, and then start to reach over toward the left side. Once you connect with the balance and the stretch, if you feel you have a little more range, go a little bit deeper over to the left. Begin to take it back up again. Extend the right leg forward, extend left leg forward. Again, take your feet about mat width distance. This time with the hands to the hips either side of you, either palms flat or you're on your fingertips, it doesn't matter. Lift the chest, broaden your shoulders by drawing your shoulder blades toward each other. Lift the sternum up and gently looking up. So there's a mid and upper back bend here, broadening your chest as you engage upper back. Start to release that action, crossing at the shins, roll forward and come to your hands and your knees. Separating your hands about shoulders width, line up your shoulders with your wrists. Separate your knees about hips width, line up the hips with the knees. Tuck your toes under for additional support. Cat-cows. Inhale, draw the navel down, raise your tail, raise the back of the head. So you're arching your spine, this is the back bend. Then on the exhale, round the spine, cat pose. Tilt the tailbone toward the heels, chin toward the chest. Dome the middle of the back up toward the sky, so you're spreading the mid and upper back. Inhale, draw the navel down, raise your tail, raise the back of the head, cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, chin toward the chest, cat pose. 2 more times. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Come back to neutral spine. Keep the left knee under, reach your right heel back. Once you have the right heel back, reach back with the right heel so you're getting a nice calf stretch here. Then reach your left hand forward to the floor and crawl the left fingertips forward as you reach your right heel back. So you're fully supported with your limbs here. Then shift forward a little bit, pick up the right foot, draw the right heel to the left side. Then as you shift the weight back toward the left heel, you're stretching your outer right hip. Start to release. Pick up the right foot, step it out to the right side, walk your hands in for gate pose. So you're standing on your left knee. So for those of you with sensitive knees, you might want to either take your blanket or your towels or take your mat and double fold it like this. And you get lots of cushioning to your left knee. So if you require it, go ahead. All right, so you're going to line up the entire left side over the left knee. Tuck the left toes under. Right foot is over to the right side. Turn the right toes forward at an angle so you can keep the right foot flat to the floor. Palms are facing up, parallel to the floor, and then let's side stretch over to the right. So this is gate pose. So support with the right hand, the top of the right leg, left arm overhead for the side stretch. And so then you put more weight onto your right hand and lean to your right a little bit more. Yes. And if you want to support with the hand, it just keeps sliding and going deeper. Right, so depending on your range. All right, take it back up. Take the hands to the hips. Draw the elbows back. Lift the heart center up and gently looking back. Again, coming to back bend. Come back to neutral spine. Take the left hand to the floor. Right arm overhead. And these are different variations of the gate pose. Start to take it back up. Walk your hands forward. Come back to your hands and your knees. So remeasure, hands about shoulders width, knees about hips width. Line up your shoulders with your wrists, your hips with your knees. 4 cat-cows again. Inhale, draw the navel down, raise your tail, raise the back of the head, cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Come back to neutral spine. Keep the right knee down, reach left heel back, tucking your toes under, and then shift the weight back by reaching through the heel. So you're getting a nice stretch to your left calf. Now keep that action. Walk your right hand forward. And traction, your right fingertips to the floor. As you reach your right fingertips forward, your left heel is reaching back. So it's, again, a contralateral stretch. Then pick up the left foot. Reach your left heel over to the right side. And then as you support your left toes to the floor, shift the hips back in space. And you should get a nice stretch through the outer left hip. Shift back forward, release that action. Right hand to the floor, step the left foot over to the left side. And then start to stand up on the right knee. So again, you have to make sure that the left foot is flat on the floor. So for many of us, because of the flexibility of the ankles, if you don't have the flexibility to point the toes over to the left side, you have to turn the toes in order to flatten the foot to the floor, right? So go ahead and make sure you take that adjustment. Palms face up, gate pose. Side bending to your left. Take the left hand to the left leg, and as you press your left hand to the left leg for support, keep reaching your right hand to the left side. So this is a right side stretch in your gate pose. I'm sorry? This hurts. Okay, so go easy. On this side or on both sides? Okay. Okay. All right, take back up. Right hand to the floor, left arm overhead. And how is that? It's okay. That one's okay. Yeah, yeah. All right, let's take it back up. Hands forward, step the left foot back. And then let's take a child's pose. Nice and slow. Feet toward the heels. Walk your hands forward. And then gently start to lower the chest toward the floor as you release your head. So you probably support it by your thighs to the knee, the thighs to your belly and your lower rib. And make your way back up to your down dog. Pedal it out a few times. And as you pedal out, start to walk your feet wider and wider until you get to your mat twist distance. Then take the left hand, walk it more to the center line. Take the right hand to reach the outer left leg. And grab the outer left leg and pull toward the outer to the left leg. Release your right hand back down. Walk it back to a down dog shape and then switch hands. Right hand to center, left hand to outer right leg, and then gently pull towards that right leg. Release your left hand back down, take it back to the shape of down dog, and walk your feet in just a little bit. So now you're going back to a regular down dog. Inhale, raise your right leg up, three-legged dog. Step the right foot forward between your hands, left heel comes down for warrior one. Rise up and extend. Keep the right arm reaching up, left hand reaching down, and let's side bend to your left. Take it back up to center, switch hands, and side bend to your right. Take it back up to vertical warrior one, and then open it up for warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Let's modify this. Right elbow to top of the right leg. Stack the shoulders, raise your left arm up. Let's take a side stretch, extend it. Left palm to face down and reach it forward. So going into a deeper left side stretch here. And let's take a half bind, left hand behind you and let your shoulders stack. So when you draw the front of the left shoulder up and back in space, you're creating more space. Keep the half bind to support. Inhale, come up for reverse warrior. Then lengthen out the right leg. Let's modify it. Triangle. Right hand to top the shin. And again, stack the shoulders. Keep the half bind. And then extend it. Raise your left arm up and to the front of the room. Reaching left side stretch. Inhale, come up, reverse triangle, right arm up and back. And bend the front knee, hands to the floor, right foot stepping back. Lower all the way down to the belly. Keep the hands alongside the rib cage, elbows drawn back. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra, and staying here. Press into your hands. Inhale, lift up a little higher. So this time your belly and your lower ribs away from the floor. Press into your hands. Lift up even higher. Cobra. How's that? Okay. All right. And bend the elbows. Release all the way down. Let's make your way back to child's pose. Lift the seat and draw the feet toward the heels. And fold. Take it back to down dog. Inhale, left heel up. Step the left foot forward. Warrior one. Left arm staying up, right hand reaching down, side bend to the right. Take it back to center, arms up, right arm up, left hand down, side bend to your left. Take it back up, warrior one. Open it up, warrior two, reverse warrior. Exhale, modify side angle, left arm to top left leg. Raise your right arm up as you stack the shoulders. Extend it, right palm to face down, reach forward and get lengthy through your right side. Half bind, right arm up and behind you, let your shoulders stack. So the front of the shoulder draws up and back. Keep the half bind, right hand supporting your lower back. Come up into reverse warrior. That's a tough one. Lengthen out the left leg. Triangle. Left hand to top the shin. Stack your shoulders. Now keep the half bind. Stacking your shoulders. Now, take the extended right palm to face down and reach forward. Get lengthy through your right side. Inhale, come up. Reverse triangle. Yeah, just keep supporting as you need. Bend the front knee, take the hands to the floor. Left foot stepping back, and again, lower all the way down to the belly. Let's take Sphinx this time. Hands come forward, lower your forearms. Grabbing opposite elbows to measure out the shoulders width, and then reset your forearms. Your arms should be in 90 degrees, so your left shoulder, your shoulders over your elbows. And then think about pressing your belly and your lower ribs towards the floor to flatten your lower back. And then with the opposition of the forearms pressing down, you're lifting the upper back. Gaze is slightly to the floor ahead of you, so the back of the neck remains lengthy. Press into your hands. Lift the elbows. Cobra. Bend the elbows. Draw the elbows outwardly so that you can walk your hands back. And again, child's pose. Draw the feet toward the heels, nice and slow. Now walk your hands in, lift up halfway. Then walk your hands over to the left side. Stay relatively high. Keep your left hand supporting, but reach your right hand further out. You can even come to your right fingertips. So you're getting a right side stretch. Now walk your right hand a little bit further to the left. Adjust your left hand to go further to the left. And then reach your right hand further out. So you're getting more into a right side stretch. Either stay here, if you have a little bit more in you, walk your right hand further to your left, adjust your left hand further to the left, and then reach out with your right fingertips. All right, gently walk it back to center. Now keep it at that halfway mark with your torso, and then let's walk over to the right. Right hand stays down, come to your left fingertips, and then reach your left fingertips further out. So traction your left fingertips out. So beginning with the left side stretch, a little bit more kind of mild. Then adjust to walk your left hand further to the right, and then adjust your right hand further out, and then reach your left hand further forward. So now you're going deeper into the left side stretch as you curve to the right a little bit more. If you want to stay here, stay here. If you have one more in you, walk further to your left with your left hand, adjust with your right for support, and then reach your left hand further out. Walk it back to center, and then let's sit on your shin. With your hands supporting, slide the hands slightly back. You can lean back a little bit, and then lift your chest, and start to let the head draw back a little bit. And lift the head back up. Support with your hands. Lift back up. Walk your hands forward. Down dog. Inhale, right heel up. Step the right foot forward between your hands. Left knee comes down. Crescent moon. Untuck your back toes. Walk your hands top to thighs. And lift the torso. Once you have your torso up, lean the hips forward more first. So get into the stretch of the left quad, into your left hip. And press your hands to your right side and lean the upper torso back. And then this way, you're beginning to take the back bend and gently looking upwards at an angle. You can stay here supporting with your hands, or if you're ready to take the arms up for Venmo Mudra, you can take it, right? Or keep supporting with your hands. We'll take about 5 more breaths here, going into the back bend. Tough. Okay. Yep. Just keep adjusting as you're doing. That's good. All right, let's start to take the hands to the floor. Tuck the left toes under. Shift the hips back. Line up the hips over your left knee. Flex your right foot with your hands supporting. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, start to take it forward. Step the right foot back down. Take the hands to the inside of the right foot. Untuck the back toes. Then turn the right toes out as well at an angle, and the right side also turns out at an angle. Lizard. Walk your hands forward, and if you can, lower your forearms to the floor. Now, if you need your blocks, you can always stick your blocks to your forearms, and that helps you to elevate a little bit, makes the pose a lot easier for your hips if you have tighter hips. And for those of you who don't have blocks and lowering your forearms to the floor is not an option, you can always just keep your hands as they are. But if you have a little bit more range and you want to go a little bit deeper, you can always walk your hands slightly further forward, but keep the arms extended. You just lean the hips forward, right? And that's all you need here. And then in time, as you gain the flexibility, perhaps you start to take the forearms down, right? But if you're not there today, just keep your arms extended and your hands supporting, leaning the hips forward. All right, let's start to break. Lift the elbows up, walk your hands back in. Turn the right toes forward. Tuck the back toes under. Lift the back knee. Warrior one. Open it up. Warrior two. Lengthen out the left leg. Turn the left toes to the right side. So measure out your feet. They should be symmetrical. Toes are slightly turned in. Take the hands to the hips. Lift up for the back bend. Exhale, forward fold. So you can always keep the knees bent as you make your way forward. Once your hands are supporting on the floor and you have the support, then you can start to lengthen out the legs and bow forward a little bit more. So go slow into that forward fold. And for those of you who are having tight lower back, tight hips, and you need a little bit of support, you can always elevate with your blocks. You can always use your books. Something I've been recently suggesting are like aluminum cans. If you have like canned foods that might be large enough to be supportive, you can take that because it's nice and sturdy, right? So anything to help you to elevate nice and steady. Right? Alternatively, if you don't have anything to help you, you can keep your hands on the floor and just bend the knees, right? So bending at the knees basically lowers your body position so that your hands can be very supportive for you. All right, let's start to break. So with your hands supporting on the floor, bend at the knees, shift the weight back towards your heels. Now, if you need the hands to your thighs to come up, then walk your hands to your thighs and help yourself to lift up, coming all the way up. Warrior two, turn the right toes back forward. Inhale, reverse warrior, and then hands to the floor, right foot stepping back. Let's just go back to down dog. Left leg up, step the left foot forward, crescent moon, right knee comes down. Walk your hands to the top of the thighs, lift the torso. Hips move forward, getting into the right quad stretch, right hip opener. Hands to the thighs. Push into your hands and lean the upper torso back. And then either stay here for the support with the hands to the thighs or take the arms up for Venus Mudra, the full expression of the pose. This is the hip opening and the back bend. Right? If you need to keep your hands to support, stay there. All right, let's start to release. Hands to either side of the left foot. Tuck the right toes under and start to shift back over your right knee. The hips line up over your right knee. Flex your left foot for the left hamstring stretch. And then fold forward. Then begin to step the left foot back down. Take the hands to the ends of the left foot. Turn your left toes out at an angle. Left thigh also turns out. Untuck the back toes. Then start to walk your hands forward. Use your blocks if you need for lizard pose. So with the hands supporting, if you have the range, take the forearms all the way down. You can always use your blocks as well. If you don't have any blocks and you need the support, then you can always keep your arms fully extended, right? And you can always work a little bit deeper by walking your hands further forward, but keep the arms extended and keep leaning the hips forward. So you're still working with the hip opening, but you're just modifying the pose. And you don't have to take it as far down. Just keep your arms supporting with your hands forward a little bit. Keep working here. Keep leaning the hips forward for the hip opening. All right, lift the elbows back up. Walk your hands back in. Turn the left toes back forward. Frame your left foot with your hand. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee for warrior one. Warrior one, left foot forward. Open it up. Warrior two. Straddling for a bend. Lengthen out the left leg. Turn the left toes to right side. Hands to the hips. Inhale, lift up for the back bend. Exhale, forward fold. You can always start with your knees bent and take the hands to the floor. Left essence just here. Why don't you use that? Shift a little bit. And they can use arms supporting. Yeah, good. That's right. So that's a really nice way for you to traction your lower back with the support of your hand. Also, good shoulder opener for you, right? Good. Now, you can do this also at home with your kitchen sink or your table. So this is a good one for you now to kind of help you to traction your lower back. So think about incorporating that for the next couple of days as you're dealing with that. So depending on how you would like to emphasize the pose, right? You can just go very easy and just let the weight fall forward through the crown of the head and just support with your legs, right? And your hands are there to give you a little bit of support as well. So it's a pretty easy kind of gentle forward fold here, right? Or you can support with your hands and lift and lengthen. So that's a really great way also to think about a forward fold, right? It doesn't have to be forward folding all the way. It could be a forward fold with lengthening. All righty, let's start to break. So when your hands are supporting, bend at the knees, the feet drop. And then if you need to use your hands to your thighs, use your hands to your thighs. Otherwise, lift the upper back and through the strength of the legs, make your way up to warrior two. Reverse warrior, and then hands to the floor and step it back into down dog. Right leg up for pigeon. Draw the right knee in towards the nose, land the shin to the floor. Inch your left knee further back. Make sure you're nice and level with your pelvis and lengthy with your spine. And when you're ready to make the way forward, either come to your forearms or make pillows the hands and rest your forehead. So Vinny, how is the hip opening for you today? Is it as open as Monday or is it a little bit tighter today than Monday, you feel? Okay. What about this adjustment today? So rather than flattening to the floor like this, what if you stay up on your forearms and lift the upper back and then lean the weight back through your hips this way? How is that? Does that give you a little bit more of that stretch on the, okay, there, okay. So because sometimes when I am taking a stretch, right, I prefer actually for myself, my upper torso a little bit higher, and then let the weight draw back to my hips this way. So then the energy is going this way, right? Whereas when I'm flatter like this, right, the weight distribution is different. And for myself, for my own hip opening, I prefer my upper body a little higher and draw back down this way. So I don't know if for you, because you also have pretty tight hips, right? And we're working on opening you up a little bit. If that might help you direct the weight and the energy a little bit more toward here, as opposed to if you forward fold, sometimes the weight falls too far forward and not enough back. So try that out and see how that feels for you. If that helps you to kind of emphasize that hip opening by leaning back Okay, and feel for it. You can shift around a little bit and feel for a really nice spot for yourself. Alrighty, let's break. Supporting with your hands, lift the torso up, walk your hands in, tuck the left toes under, and press it back to your down dog. Keep lots of movement and pedaling out the legs. Alrighty, come back to stillness, second side. Raise your left leg up. Draw the left knee in, land that shin to the floor, angle out the left knee, left thigh, into right knee further back. Make sure you're nice and level. And then make your way forward, forearms down, or pillows behind. How are you feeling for that? Is that a positive adjustment for yourself, or is it kind of working for the spots you're looking for, or kind of maybe? Okay, okay, good. Yeah, keep playing with it. It will start to change according to your development, right? And so just know that you don't always have to do the same thing every time the same way, right? You can always adjust it for whatever your needs are for that day. Okay. Two more deep breaths. Alrighty, let's start to break. Walk your hands back in, lifting your torso, and press it back to your down dog, walking it out side to side. All right, and then when you're ready, walk your feet forward towards your hands, nice and slow. Take your feet down. Extend the legs forward with your hands supporting to either side. Gently slide your hands out to lower onto your back. Let me know if sliding back this way is too tough. If that is the case, you can go sideways, lower like this, and then roll onto your back. Let's see. It's okay? All right. All right, so once you're on your backs, draw the left knee in, left arm out to a T, and twist to the right, nice and slow. Take it back to center. Switch legs, switch arms, and twist the other direction. Gently take the right knee back to center, hug both knees in. Now, it might feel good tonight if we take happy baby. So threading your arms to your inner knees to grab the outer feet and flex your feet. Let the knees and let the feet be wide and try to flatten the lower back toward the floor. So your feet can go higher and wider. Yeah, there you go. So try to keep your lower back on the floor. So go, yes, good. And then gently release your feet, step the feet to the floor, slide the legs forward, Shavasana, find a relaxation. So how's being flat on the floor for you, okay? Because if it's not comfortable, you do have an alternative. You might want to see if you can use the wall like this with your feet elevated. You can do this also when you're at home with your couch. Because what happens is, with your feet elevated, you can flatten your lower back a little bit more, and that might feel really good to you. It feels good? Okay. So take your Shavasana here. You might also want to do that when you're at home for a little bit, just so you can quiet your back a little bit. Yep. Begin to reconnect to your breath and moving your fingers and your toes. When you're ready, reach the arms overhead, stretching opposite directions. Gently rolling over to the right side and make your way up to a seated position. Palms face up, fingers come back to Jnana Mudra. Even seat, lengthy spine, shoulders broad, breath deep, and let the neck be free. Inhale for all. Together in prayer, bowing forward, silly in the practice. And I'll come up. Namaste. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for sharing your practice with me today. I appreciate your time. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the full streaming schedule, as well as my payment information for Venmo and PayPal. Venmo is my preferred way of payment. Simha Yoga Lab is the handle, and the 4-digit ID code if you're prompted for verification is 8096. Costs are $10. If you're having a difficult time, $5 is fine. Please do the best you can. I'm streaming on Instagram and on Facebook, as well as then uploading the videos to my YouTube channel, Simha Yoga Lab. Please visit any of those platforms for your practice. Thank you so much. Be well. Take care.